Hello, welcome to Level Change channel. My name is Claudio Fonseca. I'm a real 777 pilot, and today we continue our virtual ground course. We are going to talk about the exterior inspection. First of all, I would like to tell you that Boeing recommends the exterior inspection before every flight, okay? And this exterior inspection that I'm referring to is the pilot exterior inspection. Also, maintenance staff will do their job and perform this exterior inspection as well, but today we are going to cover the pilot side of this exterior inspection. Some companies, they require that the captain perform the exterior inspection. Some companies, they require that the captain perform the exterior inspection on the first flight of that airplane on a very specific day, and some companies, they just require any pilot to do it as recommended by Boeing. Okay, so usually what I see nowadays is that the pilot flying is going to perform the CDU pre-flight procedure, the procedure that we covered in the previous video, and while one pilot is performing this task, the other pilot goes out to the exterior inspection. Okay, I'm going to show you two documents about the exterior inspection. The first one is this one that you're going to see right now. So this is the procedure that you can download through the video description. You will find a link for this procedure, and basically this is the route that the captain or the first officer is going to perform to check the entire airplane. If you scroll down, you will figure out that you have all the information here. We are going to try to cover all of this as much as we can on the simulator today. Okay, but basically what I want to show you is that the route is like this. The pilot gets out usually from the first door on the left side, the first door that is open. Okay, sometimes if it's the second door that is open, they have to get out from the second door and then move towards the front or the first door and then start this walk around the airplane. Okay, so they are going to check the left side first, then they go to the nose, then they come below the airplane towards the nose gear, and then around the nose gear, then again to the front, and then all the right side fuselage, then they go slightly below the airplane all the way to the beginning or to the aft part of the engine, and then they come all the way around the right engine, all the way to the right side, and then all the way through the wing until the edge of the wing, and then behind the wing. Usually they stop here a little bit, look to the engine again, and then they go below the wing on the right main gear. They check everything here, and then they go out to the right side again. They check the tail and the horizontal stabilizer, the rudder, and then they perform the same thing on the left side. Okay, so this is the route that the pilots are supposed to follow during the exterior inspection, and something that we call the walk around, because we walk around the entire airplane. Okay, so this is the route, finishing here on the left side of the fuselage. When you finish here, you go back to the stair and you go back through the first door, or if the first door is not open, when you finish here, you come back and you enter again through the second door. Okay, so this is the route that the pilots follow to do the exterior inspection. I'm going to try to follow this exterior inspection with you. We are going to see what Boeing says we have to check, and we are going to try to figure out and find all of this. Okay, so If you don't want to follow your exterior inspection on the simulator, that's something that I will show you right now before actually we go out for our exterior inspection. Okay, so if you are inside your airplane and you do not want to do the exterior inspection, you can come here, and I'm going to do like this, black and white, so you know it's not a standard procedure. This does not happen on the real airplane, but you can come here to ground maintenance on your tablet, and you can check the how are your tires, and you can also replace them. You can also replace the brakes, cool the brakes, and so on. Okay, basically you cannot see how the brakes are from the inside of the airplane, just like in the real airplane. So I'm going to show you on the exterior inspection how to do it. I think that's something that you should do before every flight here in the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. If you are in doubt, just come here, perform all the maintenance related steps to replace the tires and replace the brakes. Okay, something that you can check is the brake temperature, okay, or are the brake temperatures. So for this one, this is not a procedure only on the sim. You can do it on real life. So you can come here and select gear, and you are going to see outside of each gear one indication of brake temperature. Okay, in this case the brakes, they are cool, is indicating 5. You are going to see that this turns amber when they start to get hot. So basically on the ground before departure, you don't want them on the amber region. Okay, so if you see them on the amber region and you are about to start your flight, then you do the trick on the sim. You go to your EFB and you come here and select cool brakes. You are going to go back to that page and you are going to see that your brakes will be cooled then. Okay, so this is the way you can perform quick exterior inspection on your flight sim. But let's say that you really want to perform your exterior inspection. So basically you are in the cockpit and then you have to move out of your airplane. Okay, so if the door is closed, of course you have to open the door, and then whoops, here you are going to move. This door is closed, so the first door is closed. We have to move to the next one, so we go to the next one, and this one is open. So basically you are going to go, in this case, inside the gate. Here I don't see where I can continue on this gate. Yeah, but basically there is a door here. Okay, so if we come back, there was supposed to be a door here. You get out of this door and you get out down on the stair here. Okay, so you go down on the stair, and then you're going to start. I went down too much. Okay, then you're going to start your exterior inspection. Remember, we start from this side. Okay, so on this side, a couple of things that you have to check. Usually, because I'm going to go back behind the gear, I start from here. Let me go a little bit higher. Usually that's the height, my height at least. So I check that the first door on the left side is closed, or if it's open, it's open. Remember, every door that is closed, you have to check that it's closed. They don't need to be closed, but if they are closed, you need to make sure they are properly closed. Then we come here to the front and we check for these sensors and probes. Okay, so basically you have the left probe. Here you have the ice detectors. Just make sure I'm telling you the right names for each one. So yeah, so this is the left probe, and then on top of this you have the ice detector, and then on top of the ice detector you have the temperature probe. This is the temperature probe, and then on the upper part you have the left how we call it, angle of attack sensor. Okay, so the angle of attack sensor is the one on top. You want to make sure that they are obstructed, that there are no bees around, there are no insects around, they are clean and ready. Okay, then you go to the radome, and on the radome you want to make sure that all these hinges, they are here because they are part of the airplane structure, and they are part of the design of the airplane to get the airflow through the correct places. Okay, so this is what Boeing call the diverter strips. Okay, so you want to make sure they are there, and then you are going to make sure that the forward bay door is closed. So you are going to make sure that this door here is closed. We can open this door. Let me go inside the airplane, and if we go here, of course it doesn't happen like this on the real airplane. You have to open there, but the A&E access, it's already open, and now we open the avionics. Okay, so if we go outside, this is the avionics door that you want to make sure this one is closed. Okay, of course if nobody is working here. Okay, so you want to see the avionics closed like this. Then you move here to the left side, sorry, to the right side of the nose, and you are going to check again for the right probe, the ice detectors. Also, I always forget this one is the temperature, and the top one is the angle of attack. Okay, so you want to make sure they are all clean, there are no animals around, no insects, no bees, and they are clean. Okay, then we go and we come here to the nose gear. Okay, here on the nose gear you have to check a couple of things. First, you check the tire and the wheels. Okay, so you check the tire and wheels here at the bottom. Then you want to make sure that the gear is structure and doors, they are properly in place. So basically you want to see that these handles that close the gear doors, they are intact and they are connected to the doors. And also you want to see if the structure is correct. Okay, so you have like a scissor here, you want to see how much is the nose close to the ground or not. So you check all of this here looking around. Okay, the next step is to check the nose wheel steering assembly. Oops, I try to move with my mouse sometimes, this is really hard to control the drone camera here, but you want to check the entire structure here, and also you want to make sure that there is no pin installed. Okay, so those pins that they show, usually they have like a red cover. Okay, so you want to make sure that those pins, they are not installed on the airplane. Okay, so you want to see that your gear is clean. Then you check the exterior lights. The exterior lights that we have here are the taxi lights, so these two taxi lights, and we also have the landing lights here. Okay, so you have all the lights. I just want to make sure one more time I'm giving you the correct description for the lights. Yes, the big ones are the landing lights and the small ones are the taxi lights. Even though on your sim and on the real life you don't really care about the name, you just check that they are intact. Then you are going to check the brake light. Okay, the brake lights, let me try to get a little bit closer, is these ones here. Let me see. Yep, so let's try to get up a little bit. This is supposed to be the brake lights. These ones. Okay, here on the PMDG they are not very well defined, but you are going to see the brake lights here. They will indicate if the brake is on, if the brake is off, and if the parking brake is set. Okay, okay, once you finish with the nose wheel, you are going to move outside, and then you are going to check here what we call the green, not the green, but it is supposed to be green every time, but it's the oxygen discharge. Okay, so you want to see that this oxygen discharge disc is green. Okay, so that means the oxygen is ready to be used, the oxygen for the crew. Okay, The next step, actually I'm a little smaller than this, so the next step is to check the forward outflow valve. This is the forward outflow valve. On the ground you want to see that is fully open. Then you go behind here the gear and you want to check the entire gear one more time. Everything is correct, is in place, and you want to make sure that also this door, this access door is closed. So I'm going to close this access door right now, so you will see the EA access door closing. Okay, so you want to make sure that this door is closed as well. Okay, once you finish with the gear and the access door, you come to the right side, and I always come here and I check if there is any ground electrical connected. I come here to check. There are a couple of lights that you are going to see here indicating if they are connected or not, if they are working or not. And most important, if there are no connection, this door needs to be closed. Okay, remember that all the doors that you have around, they need to be closed. Okay, then you check, you go a little bit back and you check that the forward door on the right side is also closed, the R1 door. Okay, then the cargo door, the forward cargo door, you want to make sure it's closed. Actually, on the cargo door, to make sure it is closed, you have to see this. Let me try to come really close. How can I go there? A little bit up, maybe. Oops, too much. A little bit down. Okay, so what you want to see is this witness port. Okay, there are 8 ports like this, and what you want to see is that the arrow, pretty much the arrow on the left side, it matches the right side target. Okay, so you want to see that they are aligned like this, and if I go towards the left side here, you will see that they are all in position. Okay, so the 8 of them, they are in position, which means that this door is closed. Okay, then you are going to continue left and you are going to check the static ports. You have here, let we get really close. So this, you have the static port for the center, and here a little bit to the left, you will have the left and the right static ports. You want to make sure that they are completely clean. Okay, this is very important because your indications for the altimeter and even speed, they rely on these static ports and the probes that we check here in the front of the airplane. Okay, so you want to make sure that all of this is clean. Then you have the second door on the right side, and then a little bit aft you are going to see these pressure relief valves. Okay, the negative pressure relief valves, they are these 2 valves here that you are going to check. They need to be flush with the airplane. Okay, if you are down here, you are going to see a couple of antennas as well. Okay, I don't really remember the first antenna here. Let me check if I have an indication about the antennas. Let me see if I can tell you which one or what is the first antenna here. First antenna, let me see. I'm still trying to look for it. More, I need... Yeah, I don't. This is the ATC antenna. Okay, and then this is the ATC antenna, and then here you have the camera. Okay, camera is not working on the 777-300ER by PMDG so far, so this is the taxi camera here, and here you have the radio altimeters, and after the radio altimeters you have the left DME antenna is this one, and here on this one I'm not sure which antenna is this. Sometimes we have different antenna configurations depending on the airplane. I didn't show you, and I want to see if PMDG is getting this. Not really. We were supposed to have here on this door the ILS antenna. basically you want to see the glide slope antenna here, which is, let me get really close, yeah, is not here, but usually is in the front of this door, okay, the gear door. You have the ILS antenna here, okay, which is not here by PMDG or by the developer of this livery, okay. Then you have here is the wing light, okay. So when you turn on the wing light to illuminate the wing, the light is attached to the airplane here and illuminates the wing. And then you continue down and you are going to come here below. Here below you want to check the pack, how we call inlet door, yeah, that's the name, I think. Pack entry door, okay, the pack entry door, and then later on behind you will see the pack exhaust, okay. These are the tubes connected for the external air conditioning, okay. So the external air conditioning is here. If you do not have external air conditioning, you want to make sure that these access doors are closed. You have also the beacon light here, and if you look up you are going to see the landing light is also here. You want to make sure the landing light is also in perfect state, okay. So then you're going to move to the engine. You want to make sure everything is flushed, all the access doors they are closed, all the fan blades, probes and spinner you have to check, and also the thrust reverser is stowed, okay. So a general look on your engine, okay, and there and here you have the temperature probe for the engine. You want to make sure that this is also in place, okay. Then you also look on the right side of your engine, including the ports, static ports, okay, and vents, everything is here. If the thrust reverser was deactivated, you are going to see a red pin here getting out of this indication here, okay. Usually on the sim we are not going to see this, and you check the tail cone as well. Everything is good so far, okay. So then you move a little bit back and you want to check your entire wing, okay. You want to check your entire wing. You continue, whoop, entire wing here, and then on the wing edge you want to see the lights. So navigation lights, 2 lights, okay, 2 lights, 2 green lights on the right side. Also on the right side in the back you have 2 white lights, okay. So 2 white facing back, and to the sides and forward you have 2 greens, and really close to the greens are the strobo lights, and of course the strobo light is off right now. During the exterior inspection you keep them off. Then you have the static dischargers all around the edge of the wing and the aileron as well, okay. So then the next step, whoops, the next thing that you want to check apart from the aileron is your fuel jettison nozzle, okay. So this is the fuel jettison nozzle. You want to make sure it is in place, it's clean, and also you go then to your flaps, okay. So you have one section of flaps here, and you want to make sure also all the measuring sticks for the fuel here. You can see I want to get really close to this to show you, okay, maybe a little bit forward, okay. So this is a measure stick for the main tank, okay. So you have a couple of them along your wing here as well. So you want to make sure that they are flushed with the wing fuselage or the wing itself, because this is the way that you measure your fuel if the sensors are not working, okay. So usually we don't use it, so they need to be completely closed, flushed with the wing, okay. This is your right flaperon. Usually it's down like this because you do not have hydraulic power, and also the rest of your wing here. At this point, usually I stop here and I have a good look on the back of the engine as well. Okay, once this is finished, you will go to your landing gear. Your landing gear, you are going to check tires and wheels, so you want to make sure that they are in a good state, and also that this tube is connected between the center of the wheel and the sensor itself, because this is the sensor that is going to measure the pressure for the tires. Okay, if we go inside the airplane here, when you come to the gear and you see the pressure here, like in this case 216 psi, this information is coming from this sensor here. So you want to make sure that all the sensors, they are connected, otherwise you're not going to see the indication there. Okay, general condition of the gear structure as well. And one thing that is important is the brake. So you check the brake wear through these indications here. Let me get really close. Okay, so this is the brake wear indication. Okay, so basically, as you are using your brakes, the brakes they start to wear. This pin is going to go inside, and basically when the pin reaches the bottom of this structure here, this is the time you are really close to change your brakes. Okay, this is the time that the pilots report the brakes to the maintenance, and then the maintenance is going to check the maintenance manual, and usually you can do another 5 to 8 flights, okay, when they are completely flushed with this indication. Okay, so here it's a lot. It will take a long time for the brakes to wear, and then you are going to see that these pins, they are going it's reducing. It's like it's reducing, but actually it's because the brakes, they are more further away from the indication, and then once they reach the indication, this is the time for the maintenance to change the brakes. Okay, so this, okay, you are going to check for all the brakes. Let's get closer to the second pair here as well, and on this side as well. Okay, on the real airplane you have more indications like these, a couple of them. Here you can see just one per wheel, but on the real airplane you have a couple of them. Okay, and to check the rear one, you have to go all the way back, and here are the indications for the left and the right aft brakes on the right main gear. Okay, so those are the brake indications. So if you see that this is not going after the indication, you have to change your brakes. Go on your tablet and change the brakes, and you also want to make sure that all the indications, not indications, all the structure for the gear is in place. Okay, you want to make sure. Let me see what the Boeing says here. You want to check the hydraulic lines, that there is no hydraulic leak from the hydraulic lines, and you want to see that all the doors, they have no damage. Okay, and also you want to make sure that there is no gear pins here. Usually the gear pins, they are installed here. Let me go a little bit closer. Okay, usually the gear pins, they are installed here on this area. You have 2 gear pins on each main gear, so in this case we do not see anything red around, so the pins, they are not installed, and there is no way to install the pin on the PMDG itself, so this is always going to be good for you to go. Here you have a red warning. The red warning, you don't want to stay really close to it, because at any moment the ram air turbine can deploy, so don't get below this area, but you want to make sure that this door is closed and the ram air turbine is closed. Okay, let's go inside and let's take the ram air turbine out. Okay, so you are going to see what happened. Okay, so it is unlocked, and here now you have the ram air turbine unlocked, so you do not want to see something like this. Okay, and then to recover this in the simulator itself, you need to go to your let me see if we can do it on the tablet. I don't think so. You need to go all the way to your FMC, FS actions, ground maintenance, and then you need to ask here for where is it? No, ground connections. I forgot where it is. Not ground operations. It was supposed to be maintenance. Brakes, tires, gear doors, hydraulic fluid. No, it's an PMDG setup. Now I remember. Aircraft and failures, okay? And then there is one active failure here for the ram air turbine deployed. So you need to come here and set clear all. When you go outside, then you are going to see that the ram air turbine is inside again, okay? So you want to make sure that the ram air turbine is like this. There is no way to check if the overwing door is completely closed. You can have a look from here, but it doesn't really change much from what you see from any side. But you want to make sure that the fourth right door is closed, and also you want to make sure that the this door, the aft door, is closed. For the aft door, you do not have the port views like the forward door, but there is a vent panel here, and you want to make sure that this vent panel is completely flush with the door itself. So if it's completely flush, it's because the door is closed. This is the last part of the door that close, okay? You're going to see door closing, and when they keep pressing the button here, there is a button to control this door here on this door. So once you see that the vent panel is completely closed, it means that the door is completely closed. And a little bit more to the aft here, you have the bulk door. This door, it opens inside, okay? So let me open these two doors. You're going to see the difference between them. Of course, one more time, you do not do this in real life. You have to open the door yourself. But let's open the cargo aft and the cargo bulk. Okay, so it's opening, and now we can go outside, and we're going to see that these doors are opening. Okay, so the bulk cargo, it opens inside, inward, and the aft cargo, it opens outward to the outside of the airplane. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, one more time, I'm going to close the bulk and close the aft, okay? And you are going to see that this is easy, it's flushed. And let's see if PMDG did it correctly. So basically, what you are going to see is that the door is closing, okay? And here you have the vent port. Okay, so the door is closed. When it's completely closed, when you completely close it, then the vent closes as well. And then this way, you are sure that the door is completely closed. Then you come here to the back, and you see the fifth door on the right side. And then you can come and start checking your tail for the vertical stabilizer and rudder, and the horizontal stabilizer and elevator. Okay, so you have a look on all of this. Okay, this one, let me get really close again. Let me show you a couple of things here. First, this one is the taxi camera. Okay, so this one is the taxi camera. You have also here some static dischargers, just like on the wing. Okay, so you have some static dischargers here. And if you go to your elevator itself, you are going to see some static discharger as well. And we are supposed to see here, okay, on this airplane is not showing, but there are two sensors here. Okay, there are two sensors here, like static ports, and those are the gust suppression static ports. Okay, so you want to see that those, they are clean as well. Okay, I cannot show you on this part part, but let me try to find in another application that I have here. I want to show you what I'm referring to, because some liveries you are going to see. Okay, so I want to show you. Just give me a moment. We are almost there. So APU exhaust, oil drain, where is it? Here. So let me show you this. You can see on the American Airlines livery here that we have another 2 static ports. This is on the tail, okay? This is on the vertical stabilizer, okay? So you have these 2 static ports here, and it mentions looking up high on the tail, check that the 2 gust suppression system static ports are clear. They are 2 ports on each side, okay? So you're going to see this on the left and on the right side of your vertical stabilizer, okay? So they are not reflecting here for this livery, okay? Also, you have the APU door. So the APU door is up here. Because the APU is closed, you cannot see because the APU is off, you cannot see the APU door. But I'm not going to turn on the APU, I'm just going to open the door itself. So here on the 777, and it is like this in real life, if you take the APU selector to on without starting, a couple of things happen, okay? On the status page, you can check the oil quantity, temperature and pressure, and once you go outside, you're going to see that in this case the door is opening, okay? So if you have the APU switch in the on position, this door is open, so the air for the APU enters through here, then you have the APU running, and then you're going to see on the other side that the APU exhaust, okay? As you can see here, let me show you, the APU exhaust is basically this one, okay? It shouldn't be exhausting anything because actually the APU is off, okay? So this is a mistake by PMDG that we have on the system so far, okay? Because the APU, as you can see, is off, RPM is 0, okay? So let's go back up here. Let's take this to off. Then you're going to see that you do not have the APU indication anymore. And if you go outside, then you can clearly see the APU exhaust, okay? So the APU is not on, so that's the way it was supposed to be. And then that the APU door is also closing, okay? So this is what you have on the tail. You also have the strobo light on the tail and the navigation light, 2 navigation lights on the tail as well. And then you are going to see the same things on the left side of the airplane, okay? One thing that I didn't show you, I want to show you now because we are getting closer, is this. So this here, whoop, let me look up. So this is the tail skid, okay? And this is one access door for the engineers to work on the airplane, okay? And here you have the APU access door, okay? So the APU access door is this one, okay? So you have different doors to access different parts of the APU, okay? Couple of things that are still different on the left side. You have the aft outflow valve. You want to make sure that the aft outflow valve is also completely open, okay? Then you have some drains here on the left side. There are some other ports here in the real airplane. You're going to see other ports and other drains here. These are for the cleaning, so you can take let me take the real name for this. I think it's better I give you the real name. On the left wing, sorry, on the left, put it up, access panels. They call it access panels, but I'm going to give you a better name for those structures. Yeah, this is the service door panel. So everything that I'm going to show you right now, it's on this side of the fuselage, okay, on the left side on the aft fuselage. So you have here basically is the service access door. So you have service access door. You have the stab trim indicator as well, only on the left side. The tail strike, in this case, is the sensor. In our airplane we have the tail skid itself, and as you can see here, outflow, it was there, I could show you. And then here I'm going to show you, which is the air-driven pump exhaust. The air-driven pump exhaust is also in the sim. Okay, so let's go back to the sim. I can show you this exhaust. Yes, this is here, the exhaust. The air demand pump exhaust vents are here. Remember, on the right side we have the ram air turbine. On the left side we have this air-driven pump exhaust vents. Okay, then everything else is the same here on the left side. So you are going to check the brakes for this gear as well. One thing that I didn't show you on the other side, but you can see from both sides, is this two vents here. This is the exhaust for the pack. So usually hot air is coming out of here because the air conditioning is cooling down. The packs are cooling down the air, so you will have the hot air getting out of the airplane from these two vents. Okay, and then one more time you check all the gear. Once you check all the gear, it's a good time for you to come a little bit back and check the engine. Once you check the engine, you check again the entire wing, including the fuel measure sticks, the fuel jetson nozzle, the static dischargers, also the lights. So navigation light is white in the back, and on the left engine, sorry, on the left wing is red. Let we get a little bit closer. Okay, so here white and two red ones on the left side. And then you check everything one more time. Let me get down. So this is the way we check. Then we check the engine from the aft part all the way around the engine, including then the fan blades, and one more time the temperature probe for the engine. And then you check also here from the other side. And then you want to check the landing lights, the root of the wing. So here to finish, you still have the negative relief valves and the static ports on the left side. So on the left side you have 4 of them, on the right side you have only 3. And these ones, let me make sure I have the correct name for you, because we check this every day, but the name, these are the positive pressure relief valves. Okay, so as I was telling you before, you have the negative relief valves, which are these 2 on the left side and 2 others on the right side. And on the left side you also have the positive pressure relief valves. Okay, so this is the positive pressure relief valves. And something that now it's showing here on this Varig livery, as I start flying this on PMDG for Microsoft Flight Simulator on the British Airways livery, this hole was not there. Maybe they updated, but this hole is exhaust for the smoke, in case you have smoke in the electronic compartment. Okay, so the electronic compartment is basically here in the front of the forward cargo. Okay, so in forward of the forward cargo you will have all the electronic compartments. That's why you have here these two doors. So this door here for one part of the electronic compartment, and this door here also for the other part of the electronic compartment. So if you have smoke there, you are going to see if the system is working properly, that the smoke gets out through this hole here. So this is the last part of your exterior inspection. You want to make sure that this hole is also unobstructed, okay? And once you finish, you are going to go back to your airplane using the stairs on your finger, so on your boarding bridge. So you go here, up, oops, too much up, and then you get inside, whoops, and you go back inside your airplane again. You say hello to the passengers that are already here, to the cabin crew. You go back to your cockpit, and some companies, they close the door during pre-flight, some others don't. So then here you are back to your cockpit. Okay, so guys, I hope you enjoy the small description that I give you about the exterior inspection. Here on the sim, you are not going to see many things different. Okay, a couple of things that PMDG included for this version are the brake wear and also the tires wear, and also you have, even from the previous versions, the brake temperatures. So those are the things that you want to make sure they are in place before you start your flight. Okay, so you can check that on your exterior inspection and also through the indications on your cockpit. Okay, I hope you like this exterior inspection video, and I see you on the next video when we talk about the now it's not the preliminary anymore, now is the pre-flight procedure for the first officer and then the captain. Thank you so much one more time. See you again. Bye bye.